Broadway production and an off-Broadway production, and what the heck is an off-off-Broadway production? In today's video, I'm going to lay out the differences super simply. It's like an absolute foolproof guide to understanding what the heck these different tiers are. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name's Katherine Steele, and I put out a new theater-related video on every Theater Thursday, plus I do bonus uploads throughout the week, so if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you get notified for all future videos and you get to join the Theater Thursday fam. First, we take over Broadway, and then Off-Broadway, and then Off-Off-Broadway, and then the world. You can follow me at Kath_Steele on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, but without any further ado, let's get into this theatrical mess. When you think of a Broadway musical, you usually think of a performance being put on in New York, in that Broadway section kind of near Times Square in Manhattan. However, there's a ton of theater that gets produced in that area, and not necessarily all of it is Broadway. So the main difference between Broadway, Off-Broadway, and Off-Off-Broadway is the house size of the theater. The house refers to the audience, like how many seats are in the actual theater. If a theater has less than 99 seats, it's considered off-off-Broadway. If a theater has somewhere between 99 and 499 seats, it's considered off-Broadway. And if a house has more than 499 seats, then it is considered a Broadway house. So that's how we classify which theaters count as a Broadway theater. Therefore, the shows that go on inside that theater become a Broadway production. So even though one theater might have 498 seats and another theater has 501 seats, they are classified on completely different scales. For example, the pay for the actors, musicians, technicians, basically anyone who works on the show is determined by the contract. Contracts are partially determined by whether or not the show is Broadway, Off-Broadway, or Off-Off-Broadway. Additionally, only Broadway productions can be considered for Tony Awards. So I see on the internet pretty often, like, how come Heathers didn't win any Tonys? How dare the Tony Award Committee overlook Heathers? Here's the thing, Heathers or any other amazing off-Broadway or off-off-Broadway production wasn't even eligible. So that's a really big perk of a show getting a full Broadway transfer. Additionally, Broadway theaters are meant to make money. Take any Broadway theater, for example, the Gershwin or the Majestic, the Brooks Atkinson. Each of those theaters don't belong to the production that it holds. In fact, these theaters are rented out the same way you would rent out like an apartment building or a house. So the people mounting that particular production of, like, Waitress, Phantom of the Opera, any musical, they rent out the theater to put their performance in. So when a show closes due to running out of money, it's not that they can't pay the actors and musicians, it's usually that they can't do that and also pay rent. So that's a really big benefit of doing a show off-Broadway or off-off-Broadway. Because everything is so much less expensive, you have the chance to really create art without having to worry as much about the financials. Additionally, with the smaller theater space, you have the opportunity to create something more intimate with the audience. So some shows, even if they have the potential to have a ton of money behind them, for example, the recent revival of Sweeney Todd, they may choose to do their production in an off-Broadway theater for the purpose of intimacy and artistry. So there you guys go. I hope this little guide kind of clarified the difference between a Broadway, Off-Broadway, and Off-Off-Broadway theater. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Like I mentioned, I put out a new theater-related video on every Theater Thursday, plus bonus uploads throughout the week. I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so much. Break a leg, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!